and welcome to the weekly weigh-in. Today is Sunday, April 27th.
Sure.
Is
I
that
never
right?
know what day is.
April 27th, 2025, and we're Lorraine and Christopher Durham of the Downsized. We're the channel that talks about GLP-1 weight loss. I've lost over 53 pounds on tirzepatide, and this is my husband, Christopher Durham.
That's me.
And how much have you lost, Christopher?
I have lost just over 100 pounds using tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro. So I've used branded pens and a needle and vial. It's been all kinds of fun.
All kinds of fun.
All kinds of fun.
This is our weekly weigh-in where we tell you about our weekly weight loss journey and how we're doing. We hope that you will like and subscribe to our channel. We're closing in on 15,000 subscribers, so we hope that you will join us and follow our journey. We also do the weekly GLP-1 news. We talk to other people on our series, The Downsized Dish, and we also bring tips, product reviews, occasionally some cooking, and who knows what else.
I've got a cooking one in progress right now.
Right. Before we begin, I'd like to say that we're not doctors. This is not medical advice, so before you start any health or weight loss journey, please contact a qualified medical professional. Okie dokie.
Yep. Very good. So how was your week?
My week was good. This is week 80. We're just finishing week 80 of our journey, of our adventure. We started on September 29th of 2023, and since then I have lost 53.8 pounds. I started at 193 pounds. I'm 5'5", and today I weigh 139.8. So I've been bobbling around the 138, 139, 140 range, which is kind of where I'd like to stay, 139, 140. So that's good. I'm on my 4th week of 5 milligrams of tirzepatide. I had gone all the way up to, the top dose I took was 12.5. I hit my first goal weight and started dropping down. I didn't know it was my first goal weight at the time because I kept losing weight, so I kept dropping down my dose. And I was on 7.5 for a really long time, about 20 weeks. And then 4 weeks ago, I decided to drop down to 5 milligrams to see how I would feel on that, if I could do it, and just thinking about conserving our medication. And then if I need to go to something different, maybe like the Lilly vials in the future, the lower doses are less expensive on the Lilly direct vials. So I think 5 milligrams has been fine for me. I have been trying to eat a little bit more. I was kind of dropping a little bit more weight, and I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to kind of stay around 140. So I've been trying to make it a point to eat breakfast, to get more protein in, and to really focus on eating enough at meal times. I feel like a lot of times at dinner I just don't feel like eating, and I don't eat very much, and then I don't eat anything after that. And I have to still try to focus on eating enough of protein. I try to eat 30 grams of protein at each meal, and sometimes that's really a challenge. So I'm getting really more like 20 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. So between 60 and 90 grams of protein per day. I don't track my calories. I don't track my food because I don't want to, and I want to, I'm trying to do things that are sustainable for life. And I've always hated tracking my food through Weight Watchers and other plans that I've been on. And I'm not going to do that for life. That's just not something I'm willing to do. But I am willing to exercise 3 to 5 times a week and try to focus on my protein. I try to focus on getting 100 ounces of water every day. And that's my story for this week.
So we're at 80 weeks.
Yeah, 80 weeks.
So at what point does it become like the age of a baby and you stop using weeks?
You stop using weeks. I don't know. Maybe when we get to 2 years, then maybe we'll stop. I don't know. That's some time away. But I've been on maintenance for a while, probably about 30 weeks. I was looking at what I weighed this time last year, and this time last year I looked back at my chart and I weighed 149, and today I weigh 139. So not really that different. I feel like I'm maintaining this, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to stay on some form of tirzepatide.
Or GLP-1s, maybe something else in the future.
Maybe something else, if something else comes along that's more affordable or easier to take. We've talked a lot about orforglipron, which is a pill, which is coming out from Eli Lilly, hopefully in 2026. They're finalizing the trials of that now. So definitely a pill form would be easier to take, no needle, doesn't need refrigeration, no expensive injector pen to manufacture. So we're hoping that that could possibly be an option maybe a year from now, but who knows? Who knows, right? So, yeah.
Well, very good. You were kind of up and down, though. I know a couple of mornings you got up and you said, I'm down a pound.
Well, I felt like I kept slipping down. And then towards the end of the week, I was trying to eat more because I didn't want to be 138. I didn't want to lose. I feel like I was losing some muscle. I feel like I wasn't necessarily losing fat. I was just kind of chipping away at my muscle, and I don't want to do that. So I've got to focus on protein, eating enough calories, and continue doing some weight resistance exercises.
Well, so now in maintenance, it's almost like the easy part is taking the shot. The harder part is really moderating that calorie intake and protein intake.
Yeah, and it's so weird because I've never gotten on the scale and said, oh no, I lost another pound. Like never in my life, and never in my 56 years of life have I been upset to lose a pound. But I was like, I really just felt like I was just kind of, it was just kind of slipping away. It was just kind of getting away from me. So I didn't want that to happen. So I really had to make a focus on eating more. And I've put back some things into my life. Like I've put some more carbs in. I've put some more bread in. We just got a loaf of this honey whole wheat bread that's very good. So I've been eating that. I had a tuna sandwich yesterday because I have little packs of tuna, 17 grams of protein, mix it with some light mayonnaise and some sugar-free relish, and put it on some toast, and that's a great lunch, right? With some tomatoes on it, get some vegetable in. So those are the kinds of things I'm doing. I think as we get more into spring and summer, I'll start my salad grind again.
Well, we're getting into that season where all the markets are open.
When I'm cold, I don't want to eat a cold salad, although I guess a tuna sandwich is kind of cold. But anyway, and I hate, me, I don't like to chop things up. He's the chopper, and he'll chop things up for me. But
Slap chop.
Yeah, I used to have that Pampered Chef chopper where you just put it in and you chop, 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 and it dices it all different ways, which makes you crazy because then the pieces aren't
Because it
uniform.
doesn't dice it, it mutilates it, but it does make them smaller.
It's all the same to me. Your mouth's going to chew them up, so yeah, that's what's happening.
Well, so have you been on maintenance a full year now or almost a year?
No, because I thought it was a year. I think it'll be a year like in June.
Okay.
And in June, it came up on my Facebook memories this week that I hit my my goal weight at Weight Watchers. So that was big news. And if you watched our show a couple weeks ago, you know that I have since quit Weight Watchers. I just took my name out. And I have a lifetime membership, but the way they changed it now is that you have to put your credit card in, and if you don't show up to one meeting a month and weigh in, they charge your credit card. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I'm not into this anymore. The people are just not. They don't want to hear GLP-1, and I'm tired of talking about,
No, and they're teetering on
tips
the
and
edge of
tricks.
bankruptcy.
So and then they announced bankruptcy after
Well, they
I
haven't
quit,
actually
so.
announced yet.
Oh, well, they were.
It's
everybody's talking about
Yeah.
it, so they're saying it could come any day. So, and they've been around since the 70s. I've certainly been doing Weight Watchers on and off since about 1985. So, That's a shame, but you gotta change with the times, or you're gonna fade away. I feel like.
So then for that'll be basically a year of 2 years of GLP-1s and 1 year of maintenance, probably almost in June,
right? We started September 23,
right.
So when we come around to September 25, it'll be 2 years.
So at 1 year of maintenance, I'm trying to get her to do like the supercut video of her whole journey again, because she's done it periodically and they've done very well. You guys have watched them, but I think a year of maintenance plus that's an interesting conversation.
Well, and as more and more people take these GLP-1s and lose weight on them and then go into like a maintenance mode, like what does that look like? What does that look like? We don't really have any good information for that. We don't. People are just starting to get on maintenance now in large numbers, and what does that look like? Some doctors that we've talked to say, well, stay on your top dose. Don't go off that.
Lily's currently testing that.
Don't go off your top dose. And other doctors say, well, maybe you can step down. And, because we kind of just moved up monthly at the beginning, I don't know if I could have stayed on a lower dose. So I think a lower dose might just, keep working for me. And at this lower dose on this 5 milligram, I'm not having so much problems with constipation. I've also been taking a different supplement, so I think it has some prebiotic in it. I think that's helping as well. So, I'm not sure what my right dose is, and I'm just, cost is such a factor for us because we pay out of pocket. I've been on compounded tirzepatide for this whole journey, and now with Eli Lilly suing compounding pharmacies and online telehealth providers, it just, I'm not hopeful that I'll be able to continue to get compounded medication. I hope that I will be, but realistically, Eli Lilly has more money than, God. So, they can pretty much make anything happen they want to happen. So if they want compounding to go away, I'd say the odds are pretty good that they're going to be able to make it go away.
Certainly diminish it. I don't know. I don't see a place where it's at
compounded tirzepatide
volume. Anyway.
I mean, there will always be compounding pharmacies because people will always need more specific medications. But I don't know that they will be able to legally
make thousands of doses a day and say it's personalized.
Yeah, it just
seems unlikely.
It seems unlikely. So
cool.
How's your
All right,
week?
my turn. My week. Christopher Durham, 56 years old, 5'10.5". I started at 286.4 pounds in September of 2023. We started together, and over the course of about 70-ish weeks, I got down to my first goal weight of 190 pounds, which I had picked with my local doctor, based off a bunch of charts, based off our conversations, how I felt at whatever weight. We had a whole long conversation around it and got to that, which honestly, I picked that kind of like saying you're going to win the lottery. I don't know that I actually believed that was going to happen, but that's fine. Sure, here's a number on the wall to aim for. Got there, to everyone's surprise. Well, to my surprise mostly. And then realized, that was almost 100 pounds and might as well get down to 100 pounds. So really shot for that kind of 186 range, which would get me to 100 pounds down. This morning when I weighed, I was 185.2, which makes me 101.2 pounds down. So if you've been tracking along over the last, 6-7 weeks that I've been in maintenance mode, so not really in weight loss mode anymore, I've been as much as 103 pounds down to 100 pounds down. So it's been kind of popping up and down 2-3 pounds. I'm perfectly comfortable with it so far. Early in the week, I think I was a little bit constipated. Even when I'm constipated, I don't ever feel, it doesn't make me feel bad. I just haven't gone in a couple days, so it doesn't really bother me. But then I had an aggressive bowel movement, and
thanks for sharing.
I know, but it's life. I was like up a couple of pounds. I think on Wednesday it all decided to relieve itself, and then
I wonder if, we've been on a different pharmacy's medications for the past couple of weeks.
I don't speculate on my sample of one on that.
Different additives have had different effects.
Oh, what was in this one? I don't know.
I think this one was glycine versus niacinamide.
Not a doctor, not a pharmacist, and people will argue with me, but I don't really think any of those things do anything.
We've been on the Empower ones this week. And people, sometimes people compare the appetite suppression from pharma. I've never noticed that so much, but
well, I think it's easy to take your sample of one and assume that your 1 week is, I took a shot of water. Well, no, maybe you just have a stall that week. I mean, it's not a big enough science experiment to be real science. So.
I mean, people develop these opinions and then they get very vested in their opinions, right? So, I don't know. We keep trying different things. We have a couple different pharmacies, compounded meds right now out in our fridge. So, we were with...
Well, some Zepbound pens.
And now we've moved over to the Empower stuff. And then we also have some Red Rock.
And some South End.
So we're stocked up for the moment. So, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, so...
see how it goes.
Good week and no complaints. I continue to be on the highest dose, 15 milligrams. I don't really have any intention of going down anytime soon. I feel pretty good on it. Like Lorraine, I'm just kind of moderating calories and figuring out what I need to do, what I can add back into my weekly eating routine and make it work. Because now it's about how do we live the rest of our life in this sort of 5-pound range or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went out to dinner a couple times this weekend, and
but even what we eat out to dinner has changed.
Yeah, I mean, we went to a restaurant Friday night, sat outside. It was lovely, and this restaurant makes small plates.
And it's seafood. It's a seafood-focused restaurant.
So we each got a fish entree. I got halibut, and you had something else.
I don't remember one of them.
And
I had grouper.
Yeah, and for a starter, we shared a salad.
The salad was really good too.
The salad was so we had that, and then I could barely finish my portion of fish, and it wasn't more than 4 ounces. It was on a smaller. It was a small plate. So, and usually what we would do is we would get 2 or 3 or 4 and share. And we're like, I'll get one, you get one, that'd be it. And I couldn't even finish. Like, it had a really great, what was that little cake thing, like a polenta cake?
Yeah.
And it was very tasty. And I was and spinach. I just couldn't finish it.
Yeah,
I managed to eat all the fish because I wanted the protein.
Mine was pan-roasted grouper with some roasted potatoes and roasted carrots. The carrots were really good. They were little baby carrots. Kind of had a little char on them. No, I did not. You didn't ask, and I didn't volunteer.
I noticed them over there, but I didn't ask for a sample. And then last night we went out last night too. All the kids were out of the house, so we went and got. It was like a fire oven pizza.
A Neapolitan pizza.
Is that what it's called?
So these guys actually went to Italy and trained in Naples on how to make this classic Neapolitan. So they're small format pizzas.
What's the name of it? Is it Neapolitan pizza?
Yeah, it's Neapolitan pizza.
Is it a chain? It's a chain.
I think just it's local. I think there's a couple here. And they brought these giant brick ovens over. So they're these just beautiful, really, really nicely done small format pizzas with imported Italian flour. They import the Italian water, all the ingredients. So they're super fresh, super high quality stuff. And we got one of the small, Neapolitan pizzas, not very big. And we split it and had a salad as well. That salad was very good.
And before we would each get our own pizza. And sometimes also or maybe get a salad or not get a salad or share. Like, we eat so much less food now. Like, I think, before I would get my own, you would get your own. I think we could finish one
Oh,
by
for sure.
ourselves
I
before.
could have
I
finished
love
both
pizza.
of them. Yeah.
Anytime somebody asks me where you want to go to eat, I always say, how about pizza? Because that's my favorite food. And we don't eat it very often, but we got this, and this pizza did it have spinach on it?
Spinach and spicy Italian sausage.
And buffalo mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of sauce. And it was really good, but I had some salad, and then I had like 2 of the slices, and I was like, I'm full. I really wanted that last piece. Like, I think we left a piece laying there. I pulled off some of the crust. I'm like, I'll just eat some crust.
And the thing is,
we ate literally half of what we would have eaten, there 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
well, so it cuts the budget, but it's, the thing is when you...
Yeah, I think we got Diet Coke, so it was like a $40 dinner out. It was pretty good.
And, when you start with a restaurant or even at home with ingredients that are significantly better, do the ingredients cost a little more? Absolutely, the ingredients cost a little more, and that was a much smaller pizza than your classic kind of delivery pizza.
Pizza
that's
Hut
all
pan
dough,
pizza.
Pizza Hut, Domino's,
I love
Papa
a Pizza
John's,
Hut
whatever.
pan pizza.
So the quantity of food was significantly less. So was this more expensive than that? Absolutely. But the quality of food is so much better. We only get so many bites on these medications. So make them taste great, make them be good quality food.
All of the delivery pizzas now just kind of hurt my stomach.
They do.
I don't know if it's the yeast or the sauce or all the oil.
There's preservatives, there's
It's just-
chemicals, there's all kinds of
and I
things
go,
going on
oh,
there.
it just puts the hurt on me for like a day, and I to the point of it doesn't make me feel good. I don't want to eat it. But this pizza last night, the better ingredients make a difference, and we didn't overeat it, so I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, there's life. You can go to a restaurant, you can eat. It's all good. It was a big week for the YouTube channel this week. We published the interview with Dr. Beverly Chang, and you guys loved that. If you have not watched her, she's an obesity medicine certified doctor and an endocrinologist. She's actually triple board certified. Fascinating lady, compassionate, intelligent, and she's an academic, so she does all sorts of research. If you haven't watched that video, strongly recommend you go watch that video. We also published a video debuting the commercials that we shot and kind of walking you through all of that. So giving you the background, kind of behind the scenes, our thoughts on moving forward with sponsorships around that. So make sure you check that out, because we're really proud of the commercials, and they came out.
They came out really good. I thought they came out really good. And so you might see us on your TV, on a streaming service. So people have reported seeing them in different streaming services. Somebody saw it on like a golf channel even. Is that what?
I think so.
So you never know where we're going to pop up. So,
but we go into detail about all the Mochi stuff and the sponsorship. So check that out if you're interested. We also have our cruise coming up. So if you haven't already booked it, we have the Downsized at Sea cruise presented by Mochi Health. June 23rd through June 27th, we'll be sailing out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida on the Celebrity Reflection and going to beautiful Nassau, Bahamas and the Bimini, Bahamas. I think we'll have close to 40 people there. We'll be doing crazy things like meet and greets. We'll do some trivia. We'll do a live broadcast directly from the ship of our weekly live stream. I promised if 30 people came, I would do some line dancing. Not a lot of line dancing, and it won't be pretty, but I will. What are you excited about?
I just think it'll be a great time to meet some of our viewers and talk in person about our journeys and compare notes and get to be on vacation together. So we're going to do a snorkeling excursion in Nassau, and then in Bimini, we're going to go to a beach club and hang out. We have sea day. It's a 4-night cruise, so a couple sea days there to, hang out by the pool, check out the buffet. We can We're gonna have dinner together, see some shows. It's just gonna be a great time. So we hope you can join us for that. Go to thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab to learn about all the details.
Yep. And if you'd like to win a cruise, there is that option still available. So our good friend Condi Carmack, our resident molecular biologist, you may have seen we did a Downsized Dish interview with him. He's doing a regular series. We've actually got another one of him scheduled coming up. Has a website called cancerobesityconnection.com. Is that correct?
I think it's .org.
Cancerobesityconnection.org. I'll put it on the screen and check myself. And he is sponsoring a giveaway of a cruise for two at a $4,000 value. So if you go to his website, scroll all the way to the bottom, sign up for his email list, this Wednesday at 7 during our Downsized live stream, we will do a live drawing of the winner. Now, you have to sign up the day before, so it actually closes at 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
What's the date?
I do not know. It must be the
drawing
29th.
is on...
The date is on the 30th, so you have to do it by 5 o'clock
The
the
drawing
day
is on
before.
Wednesday, April 30th.
Correct.
You must sign up by Tuesday, April 29th at 5 p.m.
Correct.
So as soon as you finish watching this, go to cancerobesityconnection.org, scroll all the way to the bottom, click on subscribe. You have to double opt in. So if you don't get an email back that says, confirm your email address, check your spam folder. A lot of people report it's gone to their spam folder. So, and also if you are a member of our Club Downsized, what happens?
You get 5 entries in the drawing.
5 entries. So if you'd like to join, click the membership button, the join button. You can check out our Club Downsized and what all that entails. You get special emojis, you get a special Facebook group, you get a special live show most Tuesday nights for Club Downsized members. So we hope that you will join us in Club Downsized. Join first, and then, well, either way.
It doesn't cost you. You don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You don't have to pay anything to.
But you have to join. I mean, today is Sunday. I would join today or tomorrow so that you are in by the cutoff time of Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. Because the cruise drawing will occur at our live show, 7 p.m. Eastern, on Wednesday, April 30th.
And the drawing will not be
2025.
exactly at 7, so it'll probably be about an hour in, because we'll want to, get lots of people on there so they can watch the
join
drawing.
us for our live, and then we're gonna draw it at some point during our live show.
Yep.
So yeah.
Make sure you do it, because we'd
that's
love
the
to do it. And so Condi will actually send you guys a check for $4,000 that can be spent on your trip for the cruise. So you should be able, depending on where you live, to be able to get the cruise, maybe drive or fly or whatever. But it should be plenty of money to.
And you can coordinate with that with our travel agent if you want to.
Yep. So go to thedownsized.org and check all that cruise information out. And that's awesome. What else is going on this week?
Not really anything. We're going to move our daughter out of college. She's ending her freshman year. So we're going to be moving her out this week. And I think she's ready to come home. But she had a really great year. So, that'll be good.
We had to clean out the garage yesterday. It was a hot mess.
It was a hot mess.
Because we do so many events and things, I have lots of stuff stored in the garage for our events, stools and signage and all stuff.
Yeah.
And I woke up and realized I don't have anywhere to put my child's stuff when she comes back from college, so we had to go to the dump and clean out the garage and recycle cardboard, because Amazon boxes grow like.
Well, and we're doing our conference for the business that we own, and that's in 2 weeks, so that's coming up, and we've got a lot of stuff going on for that, a lot of things. And if you've signed up for a Downsized Dish interview, I had to do some shifting around, so if that was you, please bear with us. If you'd like to come on the Downsized Dish and tell us about your GLP-1 adventure, or if you're thinking about starting a GLP-1 and you want to come on and ask questions, you can send me an email to Lorraine@thedownsized.org. Just say, hey, Lorraine, I want to come on your show. That's all you got to say. I'll send you a link to our calendar and you can sign up for a time. We're super busy in the next month, so we're just going to be doing a lot of things, and then in June we're going to be getting ready for the cruise. So, but we definitely want to keep our Downsized Dish interviews rolling, so we'll always have time for that.
Absolutely. Well, so that's it for us this week, right? Good week, maintaining our weights, just trying to figure out how it works.
That sounds funny. Yeah, so check out our commercial because it was really fun to make, and we're really proud of them. So we'll hope you check that out.
My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Lorraine Durham.
And we are the Downsized. We'll see you next week.